And we are live! Welcome back to Takes by Fans. We have a great show for you today, as always. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at Takes by Fans. Be a part of the conversation and come watch live daily, noon Eastern at twitch.tv/takesbyfans, or just go to our official website, takesbyfans.com. Go to the watch tab, and whenever we are live on the website. We are live right now. We're live on the website right now, folks. It is that easy to watch Takes by Fans on a daily basis. Multiple ways to watch. If you go to watch, football, we have to go to the TV. Blah, blah. I mean, folks, you can go to Twitch. You can go to our website. You can go anywhere to watch Takes by Fans, baby. We got multiple places. So the most important thing is to watch on a daily basis for all your sports content. Alrighty, today is a big old Tuesday coming off of Monday Night Football. And was that a stinker or what, folks? We had to watch Nick Foles struggle for 3 hours. It was literally disturbing to watch. I was disturbed. I was upset. I was frustrated. I'm like, Nick Foles, he's never going to make the jump. He's going to be trashed forever. And it's just something that we are going to have to live with. Bears fans, Matt Nagy, Mitch Trubisky is going to have to live with. He got benched over Nick Foles for the rest of his life. I mean, woof. I would not want to be Mitch Trubisky. Because his friends are probably clowning him. His wife probably left him. Hey, you got benched for Nick Foles? I'm out. I'm pulling the cord, and now Mitch Trubisky is now divorced because of that. So truly unfortunate. So we'll break down Monday Night Football. We got our cash and trash list. We got a lot of additions on the cash list this week, so well done there. A lot of great performers. Trash list, not a lot of additions, so that's good. We don't want trash in the league. We want greatness. So we'll do update the cash and trash list. In our power rankings, we got a lot of shuffling going around, folks, because we had to drop some teams I'm just kind of done with, and I'm gonna be hurt by my own decisions because what we're doing with Seattle this week, it's truly unfortunate, and it hurt me to write it down in my notes, and it's even going to hurt me saying it, and it's going to hurt me writing it down and on those Google Notes. So unfortunate for Seattle, but they're going to take a big hit this week, not only in the power rankings, but we might be putting some people on the trash list from Seattle. We'll get into all that, but first we have a couple of stories. We're not going to go too deep into the NBA trade that happened yesterday. Were some good trades, a lot of kind of role players. No James Harden news just quite yet. I see a lot of people leaving the West to go to the East because people want to get away from LeBron James, so I think that's pretty comical. So we'll when the big names come out, we'll report on those, but role players, Dennis Schroeder I think is a good trade, but yeah. So here we go. A couple of other stories. Washington is going to intensive protocols after a player confirmed positive, but this player hasn't been in the facility the past 3 days and didn't travel for Sunday's game in Detroit. So great news there. He probably didn't, infect anybody else. So we will keep an eye on Washington. But, folks, the league isn't canceling games because one person. So really nothing too much to be worried about so far. And, Washington, they have a player. People are saying it's Thomas Davis. The name has not come out yet, but the detectives on Twitter, he did not. People are saying, yep, he didn't practice last week and he was inactive versus Detroit. So Thomas Davis is probably that person. We don't know if it comes out, so we'll keep an eye on that. All right. Giants place kicker Graham Gano on COVID-19 list. He did test positive. Truly unfortunate. He just kicked 2 field goals in the fourth quarter. Very good. So Giants are definitely going to miss him, but the Giants are on a bye this week, so absolutely fantastic. He should be able to go in their next game if protocol goes out good. He tests negative when he needs to. So good. This is probably the best time to get COVID if you're a Giants player. You're going into the bye. So, we wish him obviously a speedy recovery. And, yeah. All right, here we go. And this is just, I'm big on Daniel Jones. I like it, and I like what Jason Garrett is doing for him. And this is just going to back it up a little bit. Daniel Jones from a clean pocket in Week 10, 18 for 18 for 188 yards. Absolutely fantastic. I'm not going to I don't like to do passing grades and passer ratings because everybody has their own algorithm, so I really pay that no attention. So I don't care about the 93.1 passing grade. I really don't care. And the 4 big-time throws, once again, I don't care. It's just all judgment calls. So I'm just really looking at the 18 of 18 and the 188 yards from a clean pocket. Daniel Jones is a good quarterback, folks. I mean, let's not call this man trash. He's the best quarterback in the NFC East. I mean, he's better than Carson Wentz, he's better than Andy Dalton, and he's better than whoever Washington, Nick or Alex Smith or, everybody from Washington. He's better than. So, once again, Giants are the best team in the NFC East, folks. Daniel Jones is good. Jason Garrett shouldn't have been fired, and he should be upgraded to this Giants head coach. If he can make Daniel Jones look good, imagine what he can do for the rest of the squad. So, Daniel Jones, absolutely fantastic. We're big on the Giants here. We always get some good value because their record is bad and Vegas undervalues them. So we're always big on the Giants, and this is just another reason why, folks. Daniel Jones, when he's good, no pressure on him. He's cool, calm, collected, baby. Love to see it. 18 of 18, 188 yards. He's airing it out, folks. That's 10 yards. That's over 10 yards a pass. That's what we're looking for. So fantastic. And then Sam Darnold once again is going to be out. This man can't stay healthy. Last year it was mono. This year I don't know. His shoulder's bothering him. The Jets are trashed, so now Joe Flacco is going to start again. And we'll see, can he pull out another close loss? Would that even matter? Do we need the actual win, or do we need just to have Joe Flacco put up a close loss? I don't think so. But Sam Darnold and the Jets, they're just a trash organization. Joe Flacco's not going to be able to do anything again. I mean, folks, come on. He had one good game last week, and they still lost. He's not going to get any better than that, I'll tell you that. So Jets are going to be trash again this week. Sam Darnold's out. What else is new, right? All right. So that's all the couple stories I just wanted to cover quickly. So let's jump right into Monday Night Football last week. We had the Vikings and the Bears, and we liked the Bears. We ended up locking it in at Bears +3 in our official picks. It climbed up to Bears +3.5 right before kickoff. But, we can't buy this Bears offense is just truly atrocious, folks. I mean, where the touchdowns come from, the one touchdown that the Bears scored, opening, second half, kickoff return for a touchdown. Cordell Patterson doing what he does. Nick Foles can't clutch it up in the red zone. They have to settle for field goals, and it's just pathetic. I mean, we'll jump right into the stats here. Nick Foles, 15 of 26 for 106 yards. 15 completions for 106 yards. That's under 10, folks. That's under 10 yards a pass, a completion. That's thinking dunk. That's not even airing it out anytime during the game. One interception, no touchdowns. Once again, awful. And look what he did with this interception. I mean, folks, the opening drive, Vikings are driving, folks. They're in Chicago territory, and they fumble. That's a great opportunity, great momentum swing at home, get a turnover early. Now go down and score. But what does Nick Foles do? He throws the interception. So let's watch this play right off the rip, just to get a good taste of what we were watching, what I was watching, what everybody was kind of forced to watch last night, because it was truly pathetic. I mean, the Vikings did what they've been doing the past 2 weeks, running the ball a lot. Delvin Cook, I think, had 30 carries. 30. So, I mean, we weren't surprised on what the Vikings were doing, but we were kind of surprised that Nick Foles was this inept for another primetime game. It's just truly unfortunate, folks. So let's get this play right here. Nick Foles, 0-0 game. They just got a turnover, and this man wants to throw an interception. Ball's a little too high. Truly unfortunate, but I mean, this is what Nick Foles' problem is, the accuracy. We saw good once. 1 week it was good. 2 weeks ago, the accuracy was on par, but they still lost. And now this throw right here, it's a little high. You've got to settle it down, and he was literally wide open. Let's watch it here. This is going to be a great angle right here. We'll slow it down. So here we go. Nick Foles, second down. Live to play another down, but he's going to have this wide open. Look at this middle of the field, folks. Look at this. It's wide open, and you have this receiver breaking inward. Look at all this daylight. Look at all this daylight. Nick Foles, the ball just sails on him. The ball just sails on him. Anthony Miller, I believe that's who it was, could not hold on to the ball, or could not grab that high pass, and it gets tipped up and picked. Just too high, man. Nick Foles, the accuracy's got to be better, no doubt. So that's truly unfortunate. And the Vikings take that interception and score a touchdown, something that Nick Foles couldn't do. So right there, the game is pretty much over. 7-0 touchdown Vikings. The game is over at that point. Truly unfortunate. All right, I do want to get into some film here, so let's just break down the stats, and then we'll get into more film and more beating up Nick Foles, because he truly deserves it. The man is just truly atrocious. Truly. So he does get knocked out of the game, like literally like 4 plays before the end of the game on their last Hail Mary attempt to drive. So Tyler Bray comes in, but we really don't care. I mean, Nick Foles, the X-rays and MRI, I think all came back and nothing, structural. So I don't know what Nick Foles was doing on the ground. I think he just maybe gave up at the end of the game. Cordell Patterson, leading rusher, and he's not even a running back, folks. 12 carries for 30 yards. He had that long return for a touchdown, kickoff return for a touchdown. But look at this running attack. They abandon it. Just truly abandon it, or just try to do trick plays with Cordell Patterson in the backfield. Not good. Let me also point out that Matt Nagy gave up play calling for this game, and the play calling didn't even get any better. Some questionable calls on third downs. If you're going to throw the ball on third down, please, for the love of God, this is probably my biggest pet peeve. Throw the ball to the sticks. Don't throw it 2 yards behind the line to gain and then, hope that you can break the tackle and get that extra 2 yards. Folks, defenses on third down, all they are focused on is getting off the field. So they're just playing shallow. They're playing underneath. They're playing at the line to gain, the first down line. That's where the defense is playing. So if you throw underneath that, they're going to rally and tackle you behind the first down marker. So you have to throw the ball to the first down marker, maybe even a little pass, because mostly defenses play all right, let's just cover the line to gain, and then we'll have maybe a safety in the back so we don't get hit over the top if they try to go deep. So you want to try to get it maybe 2-3 yards past the line to gain, to get probably the optimal chance of no defenders being there to try and catch him sleeping, because they're all pressed up a little bit further for the first down marker. So some questionable third down calls, even with Matt Nagy not calling the plays. So what is going on? It's just quarterback play. It's not good. It's never been good, and I think that's the main problem with this Bears team. But you cannot abandon the run like this. I know you have no real running backs to go to, but to have Cordell Patterson in the backfield for 12 rushes is not a good sign, in my opinion. No big yards for the receivers, and Allen Robinson was the leading receiver for 43 yards. No touchdowns. Anthony Miller, 2 receptions for 28 yards. I mean, folks, it just wasn't good all around. They could not throw the ball. We know that. So that's the Bears. Let's look at the Vikings, and this is just kind of classic Vikings, kind of maybe not classic because Kirk Cousins threw the ball 36 times, but what happens when he throws the ball 36 times? 2 touchdowns and the pick. That's where it comes into. So we've seen the last 2 weeks the Vikings, playing very conservative with Kirk Cousins, but the rushing attack really wasn't, doing anything explosive like Dalvin Cook has been doing the last 2 weeks, 200 plus yards. He couldn't even get to 100. He was very close, 30 carries for 96 yards. But so they had to, rely on Kirk Cousins a little bit more. 25 of 36, 292 yards, 2 touchdowns in the pick. Throwing it in the fourth quarter a little bit more just to try and ice the game out a little bit. And like I said, I mean, the Bears defense did what they kind of came in and accomplished, what they wanted to accomplish, hold the Vikings under 20 points and not have Dalvin Cook run wild on us. And they really did that, and they really had all the opportunity in the world for their offense to go and win the game. It's just that our offense, Nick Foles is the worst quarterback in the league. It's wild to say that a Super Bowl winning, I think it was Super Bowl MVP as well, quarterback that is just so trash now. Man. So let's look at these receivers. Justin Jefferson, great rookie. He's probably going to win Offensive Rookie of the Year because he's just what a threat, what a wide receiver. So Justin Jefferson, 8 receptions for 135 yards, no touchdown. And the second leading receiver was Kyle Rudolph, 4 receptions for 63 yards, a tight end. Good, safety blanket for Kirk Cousins. Let's look at this Kirk Cousins interception. It did, the Bears did cash in with the field goal, so well done. I guess we can give, Nick Foles a little credit for, marching a little bit for going 21 yards, but that's it. They could only go 21 yards. And we are going to look at this drive because I do want to see why these third downs stalled. Why did these drives stall? Why did they have to settle for field goals? So we will look at that film in just a second as soon as we finish talking about the stats. Let's look at the Kirk Cousins interception. If we looked at Nick Foles, we have to look at, Kirk Cousins. So I think it was just right out of the 2-minute warning. Is that what it said? Is that what I saw? So we'll queue up the play here. Intercepted. Vikings up 7-3. on the Bears 28-yard line, and this is how the interception, Adam Thielen giveth and Adam Thielen taketh away, folks. Adam Thielen had that nice one-hand catch for the touchdown earlier in the game, and now, he tries to catch it kind of just on his shoulder, and Khalil Mack just literally rips it out of his hands for the interception. So, once again, an interception, not too much on the quarterback's fault. Nick Foles was, because it was very high, but that linebacker was coming. But, Kirk Cousins, he put this one right on the money. It's just Adam Thielen couldn't corral it. That's all it was. We'll get a nice look here, slow motion. Adam Thielen couldn't catch it. And then it's Khalil Mack just being at the right place at the right time. Great coverage. He's one of the best, defenders in the league, folks. This man's, he can sack, he can intercept, and he's all over the field. So you love to see that. Well done, Khalil Mack. And then what did, the Bears do with that? They had, decent field position. Off the return, they started at Minnesota's 45, but they only could make one play out of it, and they had to settle for a field goal. Let's just quickly go into the second half real quick. Look at all these 3-and-outs by Chicago. 3-and-out, 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 3-and-out. How do you have 4 3-and-outs and then a five play turnovers on downs and then 6 play turnovers on downs? Folks, that's oh my God. The offense, I was just like, when are y'all gonna do something? I've been waiting 10 weeks for this offense to do something, and they've never done anything. So I don't know what else to do with this Bears team. You just have to start a new quarterback, draft one, find somebody, but you have to get rid of Nick Foles and Mitch Trubisky. It's just truly unfortunate. Alrighty, so let's watch some tape on, Nick Foles just to really see how bad this man is. We're going to take us into these first field goal drives right here. This one right here in the first quarter, 14 plays, 70 yards. We're just going to look at this final last stand right here where the drive stalled. First and goal on Minnesota 7, and they can't punch it in for a touchdown. So we're going to look at that, and then we're going to look at this drive as well, their second field goal drive in the first half. In the second quarter, once again, we get 1st and 10 on Minnesota's 24, and you can't pick it up. Man, the drives just stall. Nick Foles wasn't looking good. There was no running game. So let's look at all this. We'll start here. First quarter, that first drive that stalled for a field goal. Right here, 123. All right, here we go. So this was a good drive here. Nick Foles leading them down the field. They're inside the 10. Nick Foles first throw way high, almost picked. What happened on that first interception? Way high, tipped and picked. Almost happened here again in the red zone, in the end zone. Not good. We'll get another look here. Just sails on him. These balls all sail on him. Arm got hit. Wild ball. All right, we can give him a little bit of a pass there. His arm did get hit. All right, let's see what happens on second down here. They try to do Cordell Patterson in the backfield. Just gets, sniffed out. Picks up 2. Nothing great there. Now we get 3rd and goal. Come on, Nick Foles. Deliver a good ball here. Come on. Let's see it, man. Let's see it. Let's see why you won a Super Bowl. Come on. 3rd and goal from the 5-yard line. Nick Foles. He was bringing pressure, and he just kind of threw it into the area where, the receiver should have been or could have been. But the pressure comes, and Nick Foles just kind of throws this one away. It's unfortunate. Let's see if anything's open before this pressure gets. Can't throw it here, right here in the middle. What are we doing here, Nick Foles? If you have an underneath route and pressure's coming, why don't you throw there? If you should know all the routes on a play. This quick little slant here. People run this in Madden all the time. If the pressure is coming, you just dump it out there quick. He beats them right there. But Nick Foles is looking to so he doesn't know the blitz is coming. He's already made up his mind. He's going to that kind of fade in the back of the end zone throw. And he just doesn't see that crossing route open right in the middle of the field. He should know, I see it's a blitz. I know I have a crossing route. I'm going to hit it. That first one-step drop, I'm going to hit it right over the middle because they're selling out, blitzing. He's wide open. Nick Foles doesn't see it. All right, so they have to settle for a field goal on this drive. Unfortunate. Let's go to their second one here. 151. Here we go. Nick Foles, once again starting, past midfield in Vikings territory. Great throw there, wide open. Anthony Miller does the rest. Well done. Finally taking advantage of the zone defense that the Vikings were playing. Just wide open. Then they try to hand it off. The run game we know is non-existent. We looked at the stats. No gain there. Nick Foles now at the 24. Quick out, brought the pressure, but, couldn't get it there. It's a tough throw to make. All right, 3rd and 10 now. What are they going to drop? What are they going to do? Get him out of the pocket. Nick Foles running to his right and just kind of throws. I mean, this is very congested here. It's still a decent throw where only the receiver can try to make a play on the ball. We'll get a replay here. I mean, it's a decent concept, but I mean, literally they're all like every Vikings DB is on that sideline. So just a tough, I mean, the play design, is it good? You get Nick Foles out of the pocket to buy a little bit more time. The ball is actually plays decently. Just unfortunate. It's a tough throw to catch with defenders all over the place. So just once again, the drive stalls in Vikings territory, and they have to settle for a field goal. It's just truly unfortunate. Nick Foles wasn't looking good though. And then all the 3 and outs. I mean, we're not going to watch them. We'll talk about them though. 3-yard pass, rush for no gain. Now you're looking at 3rd and 7. I mean, tough down to get. They can't get it. All right, here we go. -1 yard pass, 1 yard run. Now you're looking at 3rd and 10. Once again, incomplete pass. All right, here he is. Another 3 now. 5-yard run, -1 yard run. Now you get 3rd and 6, and he takes a 9-yard sack. Not good. All right, let's look at this other 3 now here. 7-yard pass, you're looking at 2nd and 3. Then they go to the run. Why are we running if you know you can't run? I know you have to try to establish the run, because if you abandon the run game, they're all just going to barrel down on the pass. But you've got to try to do something. The run was never there. -2-yard run. Now you're looking at 3rd and 5, and once again, pass incomplete. Nick Foles cannot complete the pass, or they did not draw up a pass good enough for that. Actually, let's look at these 3rd down passes. We can do that. We'll do that, and then we'll go to the cash and trash list. But let's just look at these 3rd down passes. Are these good reads? What's going on here? All right, we'll just quickly go through these quickly. All right, Nick Foles drops back. This is the 3rd and 7 right here. Tries to air it out. Once again, he kind of floats it in there. Bullet pass it in there, maybe a little sooner, but he kind of waits to the last second. Not good. Defender's there to break it up. All right, let's go to their second one. We can maybe watch the replay here as I'm finding this. Don't want to spend too much time. Right here. Defender plays it perfectly. I mean, this is great defense. But just once again, hide away. If he puts it, right on the money, the defender can't come up over the top and slap it out of his hands. So just once again, the accuracy of Nick Foles isn't quite there. All right, here it is. Another 3rd and 10, another 3 and out pass incompletion. They bring the pressure, but there's no short routes again. Everybody's at the line to gain, but if you're bringing pressure, you want to have at least an option to dump it off. So that one's that. Once again, you could probably knock it up to the play calling. Something's got to give here. All right, here we go. 3rd and 6, another 3 and out here. Tied at 13-13. Has a chance to really make it a huge impact, holds on to the ball too long. The pressure's there. Where are these dink and dunk routes? If the pressure's coming, you dink and dunk until the pressure's not coming. And folks, this is like football 101. Like if you play Madden, you know this. If they're constantly bringing pressure, you dink and dunk so they kind of fall back a little bit. Then you can set up the deep balls. I mean, folks, it's not that hard. All right. As I'm saying it, watching, right? All right, here we go. 3rd and 5, another 3. Now, this will be the last one we watch. I'm sick of it already. Nick Foles. Pressure's coming. Fumbles the ball. Right here. I mean, yeah, look at it. Look at this. Just very tight. Just holds on to it too long. Get rid of the ball, man. Come on. So just not good throws. And then, if he can get the ball off, it's a bad throw. And, when he doesn't, it's a sack, possible fumble. I think they overruled that, not a fumble. But yeah, just Nick Foles. He's trash. Just that's it. That was Monday Night Football. That's what we all had to endure. Just watching non-existent offense, watching Nick Foles just flounder. Not good. All right, let's go to some positivity now. Let's watch some cashness, right? Let's get to cashness. We just saw so much trash, and yes, Nick Foles is currently on the trash list, and he will be staying on the trash list. Yes, right there. So let's look at some good performers since we just had to endure that. All right, here we go. This was the cash list coming into this week. Steelers defense, Dolphins defense, DK Metcalf, Dalvin Cook, Patrick Mahomes, Will Lutz, Josh Allen, Tyreek Hill, A.J. Brown, Drew Brees, Devontae Adams. All those players were cash coming into this week, so let's evaluate these performances. We'll start here on the Steelers defense, and, not a close game. They held Joe Burrow to 10 points, just nothing in the second half. They scored all their points, or they scored their touchdown in the second quarter, and then they got, garbage time field goal. No worries there. So the defense shut it down. Well done. They did cause 2 fumbles, so very well done there. And what did they do with those fumbles? The offense could have cashed in there, and the offense could not. Where was the second one? Where was the second fumble? Where was the second fumble? It doesn't matter. They forced 2 fumbles. I don't care what the Steelers offense is doing. We're looking at this defense here. So division game, they hold the Bengals to 10 points, 1 touchdown. Joe Burrow barely 50% completion percentage, barely 10 yards of throw. So very well done by the Steelers defense. And if you're holding teams under 20 points, folks, your defense is pretty good. We're gonna leave the Steelers defense on here. Folks, look how long the Steelers defense has been cashed for. It's been absolutely fantastic to watch. All right, let's go to the Dolphins defense here. And, the score, as I said, the score was a little closer than what we actually watched on film. But what was the most impressive thing of this Dolphins defense? Well, the Dolphins special teams, they block a punt. Do we wrap that up in the defense? Maybe a little bit. But, fourth quarter, game's a little close here, 20-14. And then what happens? They get the interception. And they cash in for a touchdown. So now it's a 2-possession game. So the defense comes up huge. Turnover in the fourth quarter? Absolutely. We're going to keep them on the cash list for another week because of that. Love it. All right, DK Metcalf. Oh, man. Do we have to bring up this again? Do we have to bring up this statistic? I don't want to, but, we are going to have to take him off the cash list. Jalen Ramsey matched up one-on-one with DK Metcalf this week. 30 routes, 4 targets, 2 catches, 28 yards, no touchdowns. Was it Russell Wilson not giving him the ball? I don't know. But DK Metcalf didn't have the stats this week, so unfortunately we have to take him off the cash list, and that is truly unfortunate. All right, Dalvin Cook. I've been kind of wrestling with this one, but I think we are going to keep him on. They never bend in the run game. 30 carries, and he still put up 96 yards. He was getting 3 yards a carry. That's average. That's decent. If you want your plays, when you run, you want at least 3 yards, and Dalvin Cook gave it to him here. He also caught a couple passes, only four passes for 16 yards, but no touchdowns. But he was really he really set up Kirk Cousins to have a good game, and that's what we see, these past 3 weeks. Run heavy. Kirk Cousins is able to have no pressure on him, and he's just able to kind of deliver good balls. So we're gonna keep Dalvin Cook on it one more week. We'll give him a little bit of a pass. We probably wouldn't have put him on the cash list if he wasn't already on here, but once you're on the cash list, it's a little easier to stay on the cash list. All right, Patrick Mahomes, he was on a bye, so we can't evaluate his performance, so we will keep him on. Will Lutz, once again, kind of taking advantage of being on the cash list. He was originally on here for hitting that game-winning field goal. And he didn't miss any. He didn't miss any field goals. Let me get to the kicking stats. He didn't miss any field goals. He had 2 field goals, 3 extra points, made everything. 49-yard field goal was the longest. So I guess we keep him on here. There's really no reason to take him off. Saints won. He made all of his kicks. We'll keep him on here. All right, Josh Allen. Oh, boy. Unfortunate. They get the loss. He was so close to being clutch. He was clutch. He did convert that touchdown pass to go up. He wasn't trash. But, let me get there. Where are they? Right here. The 2 interceptions, though, are truly killer. Can't have those turnovers. Once again, what did the Cardinals do with it? Do with those interceptions? This was the biggest interception in the third quarter, and then they cash in with a touchdown. And then this other interception, 2 interceptions in the second half? Come on, Josh, you can't do that. So I do want to leave him on the cash list for that good touchdown throw that should have won him the game. But those 2 interceptions in the grand scheme of things, when you look at it, the Bills lost. It's unfortunate. So those interceptions didn't happen. Possibly there's no chance DeAndre Hopkins can have that game-winning Hail Mary. So, unfortunately, we are going to have to take Josh Allen off the list. That brings us to Tyreek Hill. Once again, for the Chiefs, they were on a bye. We can't judge his performance. A.J. Brown, we have to go to that Thursday night football game, Titans-Colts, and we know that Tannehill didn't have a good game, so we know that A.J. Brown didn't have a good game. Only 1 catch for 21 yards, no touchdowns, and they lose. Not great. got to take A.J. Brown off the cash list. Drew Brees, this is going to be a little preemptive, but, I mean, he could also be taken off the cash list. I mean, he got knocked out of the game at halftime. Unfortunate. 76 yards, touchdown, 8 of 13. Nothing special there. So we are going to have to take Drew Brees off the cash list. He's not going to be playing, but, I mean, that wasn't a cash performance anyway. So, all right, that brings us to Davante Adams. Let's go to the Packers here. Davante Adams. 8 catches for 66 yards and a touchdown. So that alone isn't going to be cash, but look at when he caught it. This was basically the game-winning touchdown. We go, how much time left in the game? 9 minutes left in the game. Davante Adams gets his touchdown. They go up 24-20. That's the final. That's pretty much the game there. So we are going to leave Davante Adams on here for kind of, the game-winning touchdown, the last touchdown of the game, if you want to call it that. Either way you call it, we're going to call it cash, baby. We leave them on here. One more week. Alrighty, so that's all everybody that we had to evaluate. Now let's get going into these additions, and we're gonna go hot right off the rip here. We're gonna go to the Bucks game. Where are they at? Bucks. When did they play? Were they 1 o'clock? Were they 1 o'clock? Yeah, right here. All right. We're going to go Tom Brady, baby. 28 of 39, 341 yards, 4 touchdowns, 3 passing. But I'm just so impressed that he was getting it to his actual receivers. Love it, love it, love it. Your main 3 receivers, Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, Antonio Brown, are all your 3 leading receivers. I can get behind it. This is the Tom Brady. This is the Bucs team that I've been waiting to see. And we're finally maybe getting to see it. Hopefully he continues it. But Tom Brady, great performance here. Throwing to your receivers. Touchdowns, no picks. Love it, love it, love it. We put Tom Brady on here. Welcome back to the cash list. I think he's been on here maybe once. When was Sunday? 15th? 15th. All right. Put him on here. All right. This Davante Adams one is not right. Oh, 11-5. Yeah, we're good. All right. Never mind. All right, here we go. All right, our next edition is going to come from the Cleveland game. Now, you're probably thinking, what the heck could you possibly see there? But I saw a lot of great running by the Browns because that's all you could have done in the monsoon. That hit there. Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb both realistically should be both on the cash list. I was this close to putting Kareem Hunt on, but I think we're just going to put Nick Chubb because he did score the touchdown. That's probably the main difference, but both these running backs had great games. They're great running backs, by themselves, but together, you don't want to face that. So we're going to reward Nick Chubb, first game back, touchdown, 19 carries for 126 yards. 26 yards, absolutely fantastic. Welcome to the cash list, Nick Chubb. Love to have you. All right, moving on. Let's go to the Lions, baby. We've got a game-winning kick. We got to celebrate that, right? All right, here we go. Matt Prater, game-winning 59-yard field goal. Absolutely love it. That's what I love. I love putting kickers on the cash list because they made that clutch game-winning field goal, and I can absolutely love it. So well done, Matt Prater. Reliable veteran. Don't know if I spelled his last name right. We'll change it in post. All right, here we go. So well done, Matt Prater. All right, let's continue on. And man, oh man, I've been waiting till this day to put this man on the cash list, and the day has finally arrived in a game I didn't think it would come. But we got to respect this man, Big Ben Roethlisberger, 9-0, finally getting on the cash list because of his performance last week against the Bengals. 27 of 46 for 333 yards. Yes, 4 touchdowns. Absolutely fantastic. Big Ben going vintage Ben. Oh yeah. 9-0. Steelers looking good. Probably my best call of the season, getting big on the Steelers early. So well done, Ben Roethlisberger. Once again, I'm probably going to spell the name wrong. Relax. We'll fix it in post, and when it's on the website, it will be cleaned up. Don't worry about it. All right, here we go. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 more people. I mean, we're going a little bit crazy on the cash list. A lot of great performances. Love to see it. All right. I mean, folks, this should have been the first one we done. I mean, this really should have been. Let's go to Bills, Cardinals. I mean, folks, who do you think we're going to do from Bills and Cardinals? I mean, we could have done Kyler Murray. That could have been it, but we're going to go D-Hop, baby. I mean, he's the one actually catching it. He's the one that actually had to go up against 3 defenders. Three. Go high point the ball. Very well done. Obviously, you can give it to Kyler Murray as well, but we're just going to kind of focus on DeAndre Hopkins here. Try to not to crowd it too much, but well done. Maybe, should we put Kyler Murray on? He had to throw 50 yards. Yeah, let's put him on. We're going to give, because that interception, it wasn't even his fault. It was just kind of a freak bounce that Larry Fitzgerald couldn't even haul in. So a little weird there. Let's put Kyler Murray on here. Let's give him some credit. And D-Hop. Obviously, you have to have DeAndre Hopkins. We're about to watch that again. We have to watch that again, right? Whenever you talk about that play, I think you have to legally watch it. I think that's the new law. If I can find it real quick. Here we go. Should be up here. Should be good to go. Bingo, bango. All right, here we go. Let's watch this one more time. This never gets old. I mean, Hail Marys never get old, obviously. Here we go. Kyler Murray, look at him escape the pocket. That nice little stutter to get all this room. Perfect. Glad I put him on the cash list. And then he just heaves it. And look at the poor Buffalo defense. I mean, these defenders, folks, you bat the ball down. Don't go to make the interception. You bat the ball down. All these defenders went up to go and catch the ball. And then when that happens, this happens. Well done, DeAndre Hopkins. Place goes crazy. Love to see it. Let's watch it one more time in slow motion. He high points the ball. Everybody's going up for the interception. Only 21 was trying to come and knock it in, but he was a little late. I guess the person in the back, too, was trying to knock it out. So I take that back. Only 27 was actually going for that interception. Tre'Davious White. The other two were trying to knock the ball out. But that's too big, too strong, folks. We're talking D-Hop. We're talking 6'3", 215. That's what I'm saying. All right, well done, DeAndre Hopkins. All right, let's go to the Raiders now. Got to give this man some love. Probably the one consistent of this Raiders offense is Josh Jacobs, baby, and we're going to reward him here. Look at this, 21 carries for 112 yards and 2 touchdowns. Love to see it. Great running attack. They had it by committee. Devontae Booker also an honorable mention of the cash list as well. 16 carries for 81 yards and 2 touchdowns as well. So we're going to reward Josh Jacobs this week, but, an honorable mention of Booker, something Booker. But Josh Jacobs, well done. All right, 2 more to go here. 3 more to go. What do we got? 2 more to go here. All right. I mean, once again, folks, we have to start giving credit to this Rams defense a little bit. Russell Wilson, 2 interceptions and a fumble. Can't get behind that. Well done, the Rams, holding the Seahawks to 16 points. I mean, we know Russell Wilson can put up 30-plus points while turning the ball over 3 times. We've seen it. But the Rams, they get the turnovers, and they don't get that kind of Russell Wilson magic offensive with those turnovers as well. So we have to give some credit here to the Rams defense. So let's put another defense on here. That's going to bring us up to 3 defenses. We had 4 on here at one point. We had the Chiefs and the Cardinals, I think. So well done, the Rams defense. And then our last pick here, we're going to go, folks, if you're dealing with 2 different quarterbacks and you still score 3 touchdowns, let's give some credit here to Alvin Kamara, leading rusher. No, wasn't even the leading rusher, but definitely the leading receiver. He had 2 rushing touchdowns, only 15 yards rushing, and he had 83 yards receiving with 1 touchdown. So, had to play with Drew Brees, had to play with Jameis Winston, and he's still putting up the points. The one consistent here of New Orleans. If you can't get the ball to Mike Thomas or Emmanuel Sanders, you better be getting the ball to Alvin Kamara, and they were definitely doing that last week. So we reward Alvin Kamara here. I think this is his first time on the cash list, so very, very well done to him. 3 touchdowns, multiple quarterbacks, win. That's all it takes. All right, so these are the cash lists going into this week. Well done to, these players getting on here. What do we had? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 new players on the cash list. Very well done. All right, let's flip it over to the trash side, the bad side. Nobody wants to be on this side, and this is where it's going to break me, folks. I may melt down here on live here. It's not going to be good. We'll save it for last, so I don't cry throughout the entire thing. But here we go. All right, these were all the trash people going into Week 10. We had Adam Gase, Ezekiel Elliott, Mike McCarthy, Nick Foles. You're staying on here, baby. Nick Foles, he needs to be the trash list MVP. Oh, my God. Okay, Nick Foles, Baker Mayfield, Jared Goff, Phillip Rivers, Tom Brady. We're all trash going into this week. All right, let's see who stays, who goes, and who needs to be added. So we'll start at the top here. Adam Gase. Jets were on a bye, so we can't really judge his performance, so we have to keep him on another week. Zeke Elliott, once again, bye, keep him on. Mike McCarthy, once again, bye, keep him on. But Mike McCarthy says this week he's feeling confident. He says there's kind of a new pep in the step of the Cowboys. Andy Dalton's back this week, so maybe Mike McCarthy can draw up a good game plan or coach his team for once. I don't know. But he's coming off of a bye, so this is a huge week for Adam Gase and Mike McCarthy. They both need to show out. Let me make sure. Jets and Cowboys. Yep. All right. So, I mean, Adam Gase and Mike McCarthy, these are big games coming up. I mean, folks, they need to win. Coming off of a bye, I'm not going to accept anything less than a win to get these coaches off the trash list this week. I'm over it. All right, Nick Foles, we don't even need to talk. I'm not even going to look at the stats because it's going to upset me even more than I'm already going to be upset while we do the trash list. So Nick Foles obviously going to stay on. He's probably going to end his career on here because I expect him to either be cut or benched very, very soon. I expect the Bears just to be, we're done. We're going to cut both Mitch Trubisky and Nick Foles right now. We'll sign somebody off the street. We don't care, but right now it's not working. All right, Baker Mayfield. Oh, no. He wasn't on a bye, but this is close. I mean, obviously the offense couldn't do anything, but Baker Mayfield didn't try to do too much than he was trying to do. So this is very well done by Baker Mayfield. Only 12 of 20, so nothing big. 132 yards, no touchdowns, no picks. That's the real key that we're focusing on here. No turnovers by Baker Mayfield. In the monsoon, didn't try to do too much. Didn't be like, okay, it's raining, I don't care, let me just go bomb it out. He didn't try to do that. So well done, Kevin Stefanski, reining him in a little bit, but he didn't go and turn the ball over. Didn't try to do too much, and he got the win. I can get behind that a little bit. I mean, he scored the touchdown, or they got the touchdown on the in the fourth quarter. Let's see if we get some passes here. We got any passes here? 21-yard pass. Very well done. 2-yard pass, 10-yard pass, 14-yard penalty, 11-yard run, 11-yard run, 4-yard run. So, I mean, Baker Mayfield really set up this kind of drive in the red zone. So, absolutely fantastic. We're going to take him off the trash list. That's not a trash performance, folks. It's not. So, we take him off. All right, here we go. Jared Goff, once again, no touchdowns, no picks, but he had 300 yards. We give him credit for that, right? We give Jared Goff a little credit. 27 of 37, 302 yards, no touchdowns, no picks. Once again, just being a game manager, spreading the ball around, not turning the ball over, not doing what Russell Wilson did, turning the ball over multiple times. Yeah, we did have a fumble. I did forget about that. What did the Seahawks do with that fumble? They went and threw an interception themselves. So we are going to give Jared Goff a little bit of the benefit of the doubt. We'll sweep the fumble under the rug a little bit because the Seahawks couldn't do anything with it anyway. And I think no, never mind. I won't say that. But we'll take Jared Goff off. I mean, 300 yards, no interceptions. That's good. And your fumble didn't really cost you too much. So we'll take you off the trash list. But hey, it's not, we'll keep a short leash on him. We'll do that. All right, for the fumble, we'll do that. All right, here we go. Phillip Rivers, I mean, he had a good game. I mean, I'm not gonna say he didn't. I mean, when you look at kind of these drives, and I mean, like, their offense was kind of stuttering, but then they really got it figured out, and they really didn't punt that much in the game. So I give them a little bit of credit here. Not too much credit. We're not going to put the Colts in the top 10, folks. We're not giving them that much credit, but we'll say he wasn't trash. 29 of 39, 308 yards, 1 touchdown, no turnovers, not even a fumble like Jared Goff over there. So very well done. Clean football game from the Colts. Titans, I mean, they were playing good football as well. Just kind of that special teams blunder, just kind of really set the game went off the rails for the Titans at that point, mid third quarter, when the special teams errors started to come. So we take Phillip Rivers off the trash list. Very well done. Not buying into Phillip Rivers at all, but he's not trash. He's garbage. We'll call him garbage, not trash. How about that? All right, and that brings us to Tom Brady. I mean, we just put this man on the cash list, so we got to take him off the trash list, right? Can't be cash and trash at the same time. So very well, Tom Brady. I mean, we don't see a lot of people graduating from trash to cash in the same week. So very well done to Tom Brady. I want to see more of it, though. I mean, this isn't just, go back to, dinking and dunking and just throwing to your tight ends 50 times a game. We want to see what you did last week, throwing to AB, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. Throw to all of them, 30-plus times a game like you just did. Absolutely fantastic. We can get behind it. So, Tom Brady, want to see you keep on doing that. Alrighty, so we do have 2 additions. You do have 2 additions. Not a lot of trash this week, so that's good, right? But we do have two big trash. Two big garbage bags of trash that we do have to talk about. Not a lot of little trash, a lot of big trash, or a few big trash. Here it is. Our first one is going to come from Oakland and Denver. Oakland and Denver, where are they at? Here we go. It's got to be Drew Lock, folks. I mean, folks, 23 of 47, not even 50%. That's under 50%. It's like 48, but it's still under 50 trash. 257 yards. I can get beyond that. That's all right. 1 touchdown, 4 interceptions. Bruh, you can't score anyway. You think you can make it up by throwing interceptions and then score after that? I mean, it was taking him in the until the fourth quarter to score the past 2 weeks, and then he goes and throws 4 interceptions here. Trash, folks. That is trash. It's hard to decipher because they all show Broncos for some reason. This is the first time I've seen it on the site, so we'll try to decipher. I mean, the interception here, first quarter, second quarter interception, third quarter interception, third quarter interception, fourth quarter interception. Yeah, so I mean, the man was throwing an interception every quarter. Come on, Drew Lock, get it together, kid. You're their guy. Clean it up, please. So Drew Lock, it's been a long time coming, honestly. But this is the pushing point. 4 interceptions in one game. I cannot get behind that at all. Let's see if he fumbled. Did he fumble too? Did he have 5 turnovers? I don't know if he did. I'm just asking. I don't think he did. He did fumble, but he didn't lose it. So very close to 5 turnovers for Drew Lock in this game. Alrighty, so Drew Lock definitely has to get on. All right. Now comes the depressing part, folks. I got to do it to him. A once beloved member of the cash list, a one-time number 1 seed in our power rankings. Oh, how the mighty have fallen, correct? Russell Wilson, I got to do it to him, folks. I have to do him. You didn't get DK Metcalf the ball. 23 of 37, 248 yards. I can get behind that a little bit, but no touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and a lost fumble. Unfortunate, man. Truly. Russell Wilson, I hope this is a wake-up call for you. I'm doing this for your own good, Russell. I truly am. Russell Wilson, trash. Never thought I would ever say that in my life, but here I am. Week 10 of NFL 2020. I mean, how worse can 2020 get? We have to put Russell Wilson on the trash list. Truly unfortunate, but that's going to be the trash list. Russell Wilson, I don't want to see you on here next week. I want to take you off so bad. I want to take you off right now. I think he plays Thursday, so it's going to be a short turnaround. This may be the shortest trash list appearance there is. Does he play Thursday? Let me refresh this. Does he play Thursday? I think he does. Against the Cardinals? He does again. So their second meeting, Russell Wilson, we saw what he did on their first meeting. 3 turnovers, 3 interceptions, not good, and a loss. So Russell Wilson, please clean it up. I can't have you on this trash list no more. It's already killing me for the 1 minute you've already been on here. Alrighty, so that's going to do it for the cash and trash list. Very well done to everybody being cash. I love to see it on here. And trash list is getting a little shorter. We didn't have that many additions. Really, only 3 people were actually trash this week. Adam Gase, Ezekiel Elliott, and Mike McCarthy were all on buys. So only 3 trash performers. That's pretty good. Alrighty, let's go to our power rankings, and we are going to have a big shift here, folks. So here we go. This is the power rankings going into week 10. We had Bills at 10, Saints at 9, Ravens at 8, Cardinals at 7, Dolphins at 6, Packers at 5, Seahawks at 4. Seahawks at 4. That's not going to happen this week, I'll tell you that. Titans at 3, Chiefs at 2, Steelers at 1. So that was the top 10 going into this week, and here we go. We are going to start at number 10. The Bills, they have to be knocked out. We try to give them a little bit, we didn't want to over put the Bills in our top 10. We put them at 10 because they're a good win against Seattle 2 weeks ago, and then last week, the Cardinals, very close to moving up if, the defense didn't allow that, Hail Mary to DeAndre Hopkins. So unfortunate for the Bills. We are going to have to take you out of the top 10 again. Hopefully you can try and get it back on here next week. But our new number 10 team, here it is right off the rip. Seattle Seahawks moving all the way down to 4-10. I mean, folks, we cannot forgive these turnovers. And Russell Wilson these past weeks is a turnover machine. He's playing like Carson Wentz out there. So that's never good. We are going to penalize him a lot here, dropping them down to 4-10. But even when he's throwing all these interceptions, they're only losing by one possession. Very close games. I mean, they lost to the Cardinals with a minute left in overtime. They lost one possession against the Rams. So we still buy Seattle. They're still a good team overall. It's just once when Russell Wilson is throwing those interceptions, they just can't overcome it. The team's good alone, and they can overcome really anything. One turnover they can overcome. Two turnovers they can overcome. Three turnovers, really nobody can overcome that, and Seattle can't do it either. So we're not going to take him off the top 10 just quite yet. But if come Thursday if he throws one interception, I may even take him off the top 10, but he's got to clean it up. But we're going to give him one last chance here, knock him down to 10. We're not going to completely obliterate all their progress on this on this power rankings just quite yet. So we leave him at 10. All right. Number 9 is going to be the Saints. I mean, they lose Drew Brees. He's going to be out for a couple weeks, so let's kind of take it slow a little bit. I think Jameis Winston can perform very well and provide wins and competitive games while Drew Brees is out, but we haven't seen a full game, so we can't really say it. Let's see it before we react to saying it. So we'll leave the Saints at 9. They won their game. They looked decent. I mean, they overcome some early roadblocks with Nick Mullins' 7-minute drive for a touchdown. So they overcame that a little bit. So I give them that. The adversity, they overcame it. Love to see it. Jameis Winston looked decent. He looked pretty good. No turnovers. That's always good when you're talking about Jameis Winston. So we're going to leave the Saints at 9. We'll see what they do next week and go from there. Alrighty, a new number 18. I'm telling y'all right now, we took the Ravens out of the top 10. Folks, the offense, it's good. It's explosive at times, but it's not consistently competitive. I mean, when we looked at that Patriots game, I mean, the rain didn't even really start until the second half, so I don't want to, the rain, blah, blah, blah. That's the reason why Lamar Jackson struggled. Yeah, in the second half, obviously, but, in the first half, that first quarter, it was pretty much spotless. No rain. So we have to penalize this Ravens team. They're good. They are explosive. They can be explosive, but it's a lot of dink and dunk. It's a lot of 10 yards inwards. We have to see that high explosive. They haven't even been putting up the points. So we have to knock the Ravens out. There's better teams, unfortunately. Already in our new number 18, they're back in the top 10. The Rams, we have to start respecting this defense a little bit. I mean, to hold Russell Wilson to only 16 points is very, very good. To have him throw no touchdowns with him throwing those 2 interceptions and the fumble. So, I mean, the Rams, we gotta start, recognizing this defense a little bit. I mean, this is the offense. 24 points. That's what we're going to do. We're going to give you 24 points. That's how we win. The Rams and Titans, they have, their own winning strategy. The Titans is just, we're going to run the ball, a little dink and dunk here with Ryan Tannehill, still kind of lulling you to sleep with Derrick Henry just going up the middle time and time again. And then maybe we hit one big shot and, we'll put up, 24 to, 28 points, and our defense is pretty solid. The Rams are like, our defense is very solid. Our offense is very, very spotty. We go from Jared Goff throwing no touchdowns to Jared Goff throwing 2 interceptions to Jared Goff throwing one touchdown, no interceptions. But they always score between basically 17 and like 24 points. 24 is their high. 24 is their max, in my opinion. They can't go over 24 points. So their offense is a little limited, but their defense is very, very good. So we give the Rams that number 8 spot for beating the Seahawks. Love to see it. Alrighty, new number 17. Don't worry, Cardinals fans. They are still on here. No worries. All right, a new team in the top 10. We got to start respecting the Bucs. I loved what I saw from Tom Brady last week. Absolutely fantastic. Throwing to your actual weapons, throwing actual touchdowns. Love to see it. Incorporating everybody in, using, your tight ends in the red zone. I love to see that. Absolutely. Tall, big beef. Absolutely. Go throw it to him down low. The quick little slant. You need the beef to just kind of, win positioning, secure the ball, get down to the ground. So, you throw a high to Mike Evans in the end zone. You throw it, you can't throw it high to your tight ends as well because they're both tall, but you can throw it, to the body as well. So I like what this Bucs team is doing. The defense, I'm not totally sold on. I know a lot of people like to see it's one of the best defenses in the league. I don't see that, but I like what Tom Brady has did last week. And I think, 10 weeks in, we have to stop making excuses. He should be comfortable with the offense at this point, and we really should see these performances every single week. Tom Brady at least 2 touchdowns to his wide receivers. Want to see that. So definitely a promising sign that we just saw from the Bucs. They are still good offensively. I mean, folks, nobody can doubt their talent on the offensive side of the ball. So we moved the Bucs up to 7 here. Hopefully they can keep up what they did last week. Alrighty, number 6 is no longer the Dolphins. They didn't get moved back, I'll tell you that. So, all right, new number 6 team is going to be the Arizona Cardinals. I mean, we moved them up one spot here. Still a good win. I mean, still a very good win. To Hail Mary wins, very close wins. I mean, we still have to give them credit a little bit to have to actually be able to go and do that, to get to that 50-yard line. That was still good with time winding down. Defense broke a little bit. They gave up that kind of go-ahead touchdown, which wasn't good, but they also did force a turnover in the fourth quarter, late in the fourth quarter. The offense just couldn't kind of run out the ball, but, they kind of made up for that with the Hail Mary. So this Cardinals team is good. Kyler Murray is still very good, still scoring, putting up a lot of points. The defense, it was kind of like that early Seahawks defense where it was bending and not breaking. The 1-yard stop against the Seahawks 1-yard stop against Cam Newton. Remember, that was like early, like week 3. So that was kind of like that early Seahawks defense, bend but don't break. Lately, they've been breaking. So I don't want to see the Cardinals. This new defense these last 4 weeks is kind of like that early Seahawks defense, bending, not breaking. They almost broke last week, though. Very close, 40 seconds left, and they give up a touchdown. Not great, but we still have to give them credit. They won the game. We have to give them a little bit of credit here. So we moved them up one spot. Cardinals, Kyler Murray is still dangerous. DeAndre Hopkins is obviously still dangerous. Kyler Murray has been building up to this moment. I mean, we've seen it up into this game. DeAndre Hopkins is getting 10 targets a game, working on those hands, shoring up those hands for that moment of the Hail Mary. So, hey, there's a method to the madness that we kind of, didn't like too much, overthrowing to DeAndre Hopkins. But, hey, it pays off here. So well done to the Cardinals, and we put them at number 6. Alrighty, we're talking top 5 now, folks. These are the best of the best up here. All right, new number 5 team is going to be the Titans. Yes, I said it. Y'all heard me. The Titans. I mean, folks, we're going to penalize them a little bit for losing. But, I mean, it seems like every time the Titans are, like, playing that early game, like Thursday Night Football, I think that's, like, their second, maybe third? Is that their third? And I think it's definitely their second, like, primetime game. And I think it's definitely their second Thursday Night Football game. So kind of shorter weeks, not getting too much prepared for it. Thursday Night Football games are always wonky. It never goes the way that you think it's going to go. And the Titans are still good offensively. I mean, folks, they were beating the Colts here for most of the game. It's their special teams that really started to screw it up here. We get the punt. The blocked punt, the missed field goal, the bad punt that only went for like 16 yards, setting up good field goals, the punt that got blocked for the touchdown. So, I mean, folks, we're talking about, what are we talking here? We're talking 17-13 Titans going into halftime and still looking decent, but they give up a touchdown and then because of the bad punt. I mean, look at this touchdown. They start on Tennessee's 27 off of a punt, not off of a turnover. He punts it, how many yards? How many yards officially? 17 yards. The man punted it 17 yards. That's when the Colts offense taking advantage of short fields. We give Phillip Rivers credit for that, but I mean, folks, it's easy. I can take advantage of short fields. You give me 27 yards to go, I can do that. I can score a touchdown with starting at the 27-yard line, absolutely. And then we get the block punt that went for 7, and the missed field goal. So I mean, if they make this field goal, even with all those special team blunders, it's still a 7-point game, still close. But special teams really just made it out of hand. So we're not going to penalize the Titans too much for losing. We will penalize them a little bit. We dropped them from 3 to 5, but still I still buy into everybody buying in. I like Mike Vrabel. I think he's a great leader. I think Ryan Tannehill's a great leader, and Derrick Henry's one of the best running backs in the league. So still overall like the Titans, just that Thursday night loss, a little wonky. Special teams really losing the game for them, not great. So we penalize them a little bit, drop them down to 5. Alrighty, number 4. Alrighty, the new number 4 team is going to be the Miami Dolphins. Folks, I mean, our defense alone should give us number 1. I mean, honestly. Defense scoring basically every week. Special teams setting up at the 1-yard line. The block punt, fantastic. Tua's looking good. He hasn't thrown an interception. Let me knock on wood. He hasn't even thrown an interception. 3 wins for the rookie. I mean, folks, what are we talking about here? If you're implementing a rookie midway into the season coming off of, using, Ryan Fitzpatrick, that just speaks to how well the team is just in general. Take quarterbacks out of the equation. The offensive line is still good. The receivers are still good. I mean, folks, he had to throw to Jakeem Grant. He's not even 5'10". I think he's 5'9". I think the man's listed as 5'9". So well done, Miami Dolphins. Defense is absolutely fantastic. We're putting up points every game. Tua's looking good out there. Like what I'm seeing from him. Definitely got to shore up the completion percentage a little bit, but the accuracy, the yards, the no turnovers, everything I can get behind. Dolphins were looking to be up 21-0 against the Rams. The fumble because of the center really kind of changed the outcome of the game. That's why I said the score is a little bit closer than what the game was actually, when you were watching it start to finish. And then the defense just steps up big in the fourth quarter, gets that interception, and Tua, cashes in with the touchdown. You don't see a lot of, we see some teams cashing in for touchdowns, but consistently to cash in for the touchdowns, it's hard to do. Dolphins are trying to do that. Folks, consistent greatness here. I love it. The defense is probably the best thing about the Dolphins, and Tua is just... He's learning quick, and he's a rookie quarterback with 3 wins. Folks, he's only played 3 games. He has 3 wins. Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, they've played every single game. Well, Justin Herbert didn't play week 1, and he still has 2 wins. So don't want to hear it. The rookie's fine. This isn't an audition. Brian Flores is probably one of the top 3 coaches in the league. Maybe give it to Mike Tomlin, maybe number 1. Andy Reid, Pete Carroll up there as well. And I think you start talking about Brian Flores a little bit. That winning culture he started to implement, folks, it shows every week. It really does. So Dolphins are the new number 4 team. Already top 3 now. And the new number 3 team, we got to put the Packers up here. I think this was a good win overall for them, even though they were 13-point favorites and they only won by 4. Don't get bogged down by close wins. Truly, don't do that. So the Packers here, they struggled a little bit early, but that overcome of adversity, that's something that they've been lacking all season. We saw them get down against the Bucs, and I'm blanking on their second opponent that they lost to, the Vikings. They kind of, got down a little bit and couldn't overcome the deficits. Everything's good when Aaron Rodgers is playing good and everything's going right. They're scoring on their first 2 possessions. Everything's going good. But, when they start not picking up the third downs, when they start losing the lead, when they are, trailing. So this was a good game to see. There was multiple times in this game. Let me get up to it. Multiple times in this game where they were losing. They were losing 3-0. Then they go and scored a touchdown to get the lead back. And then they get up to 10-7. Hang on. Oh, no. And then they muff the punt, and the Jaguars once again take the lead. They're up 10-7. What does Aaron Rodgers do? He goes and scores another touchdown. Now they have the lead 14-17. Then they tack on a field goal. They go up 17-10. And then the Jaguars, cash in on the fumble. They tie the game at 17. And now they're down 20-17. And what does Aaron Rodgers do in the fourth quarter? He overcomes all that adversity, throws that touchdown drive, 7 plays, 75 yards, 3 minutes, 37 seconds to take the 24-20 lead, which was the final. So I appreciate the little bit of adversity they overcame, the interception by Aaron Rodgers, the fumble, overcoming all of that, and they still pull out the win in the fourth quarter. So that's kind of something that I think the Packers have been missing this season. And they finally get it here. Hopefully they can build off that huge momentum. Hopefully they learned that we can, win in close situations and not just kind of give up when we're down 14 because Aaron Rodgers threw a pick 6. So Packers are the new number 3 team. Chiefs are going to stay at 2 because they're on the bye. And I really didn't see anything that really would, I didn't see any great performances that were kind of better than the Chiefs, even though they were on the bye. So we leave them at number 2, and the Steelers, they won, and we leave them at number 1 because their division win was absolutely great. Big Ben looked absolutely fantastic, and the defense held the Bengals to 10 points. So this is the new top 10 going into week 11. Seattle at 10, Saints staying at 9, Rams at 8, Bucks at 7, Cardinals at 6, Titans at 5, Dolphins at 4, Packers at 3, Chiefs at 2, and Steelers still at that number 1 spot. Love to see it. Alrighty, that is it for today. We will be back tomorrow with our film study. Just some quick things we're gonna look at. We're gonna look at a random Tom Brady touchdown drive. I can tell you that already. What else do we look at? Maybe Aaron Rodgers. No, we are going to look at Jake Luton. Is he kind of the future? He's a rookie, kind of, 2 starts, 2 losses. How well is he looking? We didn't look at him last week, so we'll look at him this week. See what Jake Luton's doing, if we buy him at all. Let's look at Daniel Jones, maybe a little bit more in depth. Big Ben, we got him. Maybe even do a random Steelers drive. That should be fun. Random Big Ben, 4 touchdowns. We can definitely do that, I think. We'll probably look at something in this Bills-Cardinals game. Raiders, Broncos, maybe, I don't know what we look at here. We're not going to look at Drew Lock. Maybe we look at how bad he is. We got to look at some of these Russell Wilson interceptions. Probably look at some of that. We will look at Jameis Winston, all of his plays. We will be looking at all those. What do we got? Maybe a little bit of Tua. Look at a little bit of the Dolphins defense. And then we'll go from there. We'll have more. I'll think about it and see what's, kind of worthwhile to talk about. So, we'll be back tomorrow, noon Eastern, twitch.tv/takesbyfans. Be a part of the conversation. Follow me on Twitter at takesbyfans. We do have a Discord. I will put the links in the description. I didn't do it in the video, but I will tweet out the links when I upload the videos to YouTube and, on our social media. We can put the links down there too. So, fantasy football, DraftKings, betting, everything in, we got professionals in there, so very well done. So we'll be back tomorrow with our film study. Thanks for coming out, thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow, noon Eastern.